You want to know who you actually need to cut off? You want to know who you really need to cut out of your existence, out of your experience? It is the old you, the old identity, the old beliefs. Who you believe you are in this moment is why everything around you exists. So when you internalize these things, right, you take it inward, you have that introspective moment with yourself, introspective moment with yourself. You start to realize that, wait a minute, you don't actually have to focus on cutting anything out of your life. As you progress into cutting off this old you and this old identity and this old belief, things are naturally going to just dissipate from your life. They are naturally going to fall off. Every time that you give your energy to something outside of you, even if you're hating something or someone, you're giving away your power. You are still staying emotionally attached to them through that hate. Imagine thinking about hating someone right now, for something that they did. What does that do to you? What does that make you feel inside? And then what actions does it make you want to take? Probably not the best actions. Probably not in alignment with who you actually want to be. And guess what? You may have already cut this person out of your life. But if you're still thinking of them and you're still hating on them, you're giving your energy away. That energy, they're feeling it whether you believe it or not. So it's not about focusing on cutting everybody else out of your life and all these things. If you focus on cutting off the old you, setting boundaries with the old you by becoming the new you, saying, I'm not going to do this thing, and then really sitting back and saying, is this action that I am about to take, is this who I want to be? So go back to thinking about hating somebody. If you're gonna give in to that action that comes from hating that person, and that could be anything, whether you're gossiping with your friends, texting your girlfriend, oh my God, or texting your man, like, dude, that freaking chick or this dude, whatever it was that's making you hate them or angry. That's all energy that you're giving out and that you're just throwing around. And for what? It keeps you emotionally attached to that person. You let people go. Here you go, ready? By choosing love. Choosing love allows you to fall into your authentic self. It allows you to see clearly the choices and decisions that you should be making. That's the truth about love. We hear it all the time. You gotta choose love, man. Love's the answer. It's love. It's love for yourself. Right? Being angry and choosing really anything outside of that is never gonna make a better world. Because if you're thinking about hate, you're gonna see the world through that lens. The emotions are really just, they're the film stock, right? There's always this second movie painted over our lives. And so it's the way we're feeling that's causing us to see it that way. I mean, you should really think about it. Think about how your emotions are affecting your actions. But most importantly, this isn't a very long video, but I wanted to share with you that you need to stop looking at all this outside focused agenda. Nothing out here is in your control. Nothing. Absolutely zero is in your control. So focus on what you can control. The way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. That's what you can control. And stop focusing on cutting people and things out. Yes, you need to set boundaries with certain people and certain individuals, but if you set the boundaries with yourself first, it's almost just a natural happening. It's almost just a natural thing because of who you're being. If you set the boundary with yourself, you're naturally going to say, you know what, I'm not this kind of person. Okay, just a prime example. Let's say you tell someone, before we go to sleep at night, right? You're talking to maybe you just got into a relationship, or you're seeing someone or whatever, and you say, hey, one thing I really value and one thing that means a lot to me, and a boundary I want to set with you, is that I always want to make sure that you're safe if you're traveling a distance. And when you go to bed, if I'm not there, just let me know that you're going to bed. Okay? And let's say they agree and they don't do it. You have a choice. If you set the boundary with yourself and you're firm in that and you believe that that's what you deserve, they're going to text you before they go to bed, and they're going to text you wherever they end up when they're traveling that they made it safe. And if not, if you didn't actually set it with yourself and believe it, then 9 times out of 10 they're not actually going to follow through with that. And then you may even get upset or angry. I set the boundary. I told you. And then like you're automatically trying to then control their behavior and what they're going to do. What you should really do in that situation is say, sorry, you're not it. And I know that sounds maybe just, like you should give someone a chance, or, people are going to make mistakes. No, people don't just do things one time. They're going to do it again. I've had that experience in my life. I've set boundaries and I let them be crossed, and then they were crossed again. And then they were crossed again, because people lose respect for you every time you allow them to cross a boundary. The boundary doesn't exist. Take a look at it like an electric fence, okay? If you touch the electric fence and nothing happens, chances are you're going to touch that electric fence again. But if you touch it and you get the zap, you're going to think again. And you're going to go, you know what? I didn't like that last time. I didn't like that one bit. But if you turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, that's exactly what you're going to get. Disrespected boundaries. So stop worrying about everything outside of yourself. Stop worrying about all these other things that are out of your control. And absolutely, most definitely, stop thinking that you can change somebody. Because you can't. You can't. You never will. So give it up. If there's anything that you get out of this video, do not think that you can change nobody, because ain't nobody gonna change for you. You know what I'm saying? They're just not. They're gonna resent you. It's gonna build animosity. You're gonna get it. It never works. And you can have pure intentions. You can want to change someone because you can see the direction of their path. Maybe even say, oh man, like if you just did this one thing, like that would help you. It would be better. You would be a better version of yourself. Nope. They have to want the change. They have to make it on their own. And that's just the truth. So, I'm going to end this video, and I hope you found value. If you did find value in this video, I'd appreciate it if you obviously follow my content. I'm doing the best I can to just, keep up with posting regularly on YouTube. I'm trying to do the Wednesday, or the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And so, we'll see. But anyways, yeah. I appreciate you being here. And a little recap for the video. Stop thinking that you have to set all these boundaries outside of yourself and that you have to cut off all these people. Cut off the old you, the old beliefs, the old behaviors, the old identity, and everything out here, I promise you, will naturally fall off. Once you master detachment and understanding that as you progress into who you're trying to become, as you progress into this new being, this new state of being, things just fall out of your life. Because better is coming in. And when I say better is subjective. Better just means, you're the one who knows where you're trying to go and what you want. And so that's what's trying to come in. But if you're holding on to these old things, and if you're holding on to the idea that you think you can change somebody, wrong. You're wrong. You can't. And it's going to be a rough ride for you. So, inward focus, set boundaries with yourself, and break up and say goodbye to the old you. I appreciate you being here. Peace, love, and namaste.
Becoming something new.